Hi, friends. Yeah, I haven't posted in a while. I'm so sorry. There's been a lot going on. It's been interesting to say the least. Um, I think in this video, though, we're not going to address those things because I'm just, to be honest, I'm just at a standstill and a loss, and I'm not going to win that. So just don't fight with it. But, in this, I've had feedback from people, to say, hey, think about this. Think about how would you feel, or, how things would affect you given a certain scenario or situation and things like that. And so in this video, I'm going to be admitting, some of my flaws. Um, I'm going to share those with you because we all have them, one. And two, like I said, I'm going to keep it real no matter what. I think one of my biggest flaws is that I am a people pleaser. It's not to win votes. It's not to, you know, be popular or to, stand out in a crowd because I never want that. I never have. But to keep the peace, a lot of the times, I do that to keep the peace. I take on a lot of the heat of a lot of things to do that. And um, I, you know, I want to see people happy, healthy, and thriving. And so, therefore, I try to do my best to make that happen. But the thing of it is that, you have people bucking up against you because they're bringing you down. You're sitting there, you're trying to do this thing, and they think, oh, you're making this all about you, and this situation is not. And I don't, because in my eyes, I truly try to make things as easy on people as I possibly freaking can, because life is hard and we're constantly being hit by hard things and situations, and it's not easy. It's not easy at all. And I, a lot of times sacrifice my own mental health, to make sure that I'm not compromising someone else's. Um there's been recent events that shifted my life tremendously, and um, that have changed me. And a lot of people say, "Hey, you've changed. You're not the same. You're not the same person you used to be." Well, going through certain things, you can't be. You have to adapt. You have to adapt. You have to change because you can't stay the same. Nothing stays the same. And if you stay the way that you are, one, you're not being honest with yourself, you're not being honest with anyone else. And you know, you had to learn to roll with those things and those changes, because that's what's shaping you to be the new you. Whether anyone likes it or not, this change has to happen. And even myself, I have to accept that. There's been many tears shed over this, because I don't know how to navigate this. I don't know how to um share, even. And I come across wrong sometimes, and people don't understand what I'm trying to say when I'm trying to say something that's I don't mean to be offensive, and it's taken the wrong way. Um, and I guess it's on me because I'm not communicating correctly. Part of that is because I don't know how to. Um, it's not to shift the blame. It's on me. I take it, you know. Um, and to some degree, there's a lot of things that, in saying all that about change and changing me is, to a disassociation, I guess, or a distancing because of trauma responses, like, somebody saying something that triggers, or, you know, some of the situations that, I have encountered and, I have had to deal with, or am still dealing with. And, it's not just my life that these things affect sometimes. So I don't, I'm only going to tell my story. I'm not going to tell anybody else's. It's not my place. But, it's even hard to navigate around that because, you can only say so much. And you can't even get the help that you need when you can only say so much, or you think you can only say so much. I mean, I'm sure, like I have a psychiatrist and she's wonderful and great, and she listens to me and she gives me good advice. But the thing of it is I am me, and if I feel like that's going to compromise somebody else's mental health by abiding by what her advice is or what she's giving me or telling me to say or do, I won't, because people pleasing and being pleasing just in general, because I don't like conflict and I don't like hurting people. I don't like the feeling that I have hurt someone. It drives me crazy. I want to fix it. I'm a misfix it. I want to fix it right then. I don't want to wait a minute. I want you to talk to me. I want you to talk it out, even if you're not ready. And that's my problem. And I struggle with that the most, as far as wait until someone is ready to share. Because I feel like, well, if we're all together in this, if we're a family or friends, even, if we're all together in it, then we should be able to um, come together and talk about these hard things and work through them and try to make the best of this and heal each other the best that we can, because healing hurts too. You're ripping off a band-aid. You're putting it all out there. Sometimes you have to say hurtful things in order to get past it, and that is okay. But the thing of it is you have to communicate those things, because if you don't communicate those things, then they stay inside, and it makes it unhealthy for you, unhealthy for all involved, because you have someone going around thinking, well, everything's okay. We're working slowly, but we're working at it. And then you get, it's like 2 steps forward and 4 steps back, because then you find out, hey, you're not where you thought you were. You're not, these people are feeling this certain way and you were feeling this certain way, and y'all were on different pages. And to me, my goal is to always maybe not be on the same page, but be somewhere around in the realm of that. And if we're not, to talk about it, to work it out, because I don't like losing people. I don't like losing people I love. And, coming from a small family, like I don't have but a handful. We're just a handful left. And coming from that, you don't want to lose those connections, because when everyone else fails you, I mean, even family will, don't get me wrong, but when everyone else has too, what do you have? Who can you turn to? And really, that's why I hold a lot in, and then I hold it in to the point of it getting mind blowing to me and not being able to handle things, because it's just like disastrous, because I always think the worst, in a situation. So then not only do I go into, thinking the worst, but I'm thinking, how am I going to fix this? Can I fix this for this person? Can I fix this for that person? How can I make them feel better about this situation? When, I can't even feel better about the situation. I haven't even thought about it for myself or worked through it for myself. And, I don't even have a right to be at them and saying, hey, but as a mother, as a sister, a daughter, a friend, an aunt, any of these things, as any of that, disappointment's going to happen, sometimes, and I'm going to let people down just as they were going to let me down. That's just part of life. But trying to navigate on how to get past those things has been why it's been the hardest for me, because I seem to always go about it the wrong way somehow. I really do. I maybe overstep my boundaries in talking, or asking. Maybe I'm not giving people enough time. I don't know. But that is just the nurturing part of me that wants to fix it for them. If they're hurt, if someone's hurt, if they're going through something that, is detrimental to them, I want to be there. I want to help them. And to me, that's another thing that holds me back from a lot of things and well being, and, moving forward on some things that I need to move forward on, because I'm constantly in this state of, I want to help you. I want to be part of, you know, your recovery in some kind of way, not because of notoriety, but because um that's just my personality, and that's just who I am. I want, people to come to me if they need that. But then I take on so much that, it stacks up, it stacks up, it stacks up, it stacks up, and then it's taller than I am, and I can't even see over it. I don't know what to do with it. And then I have, you know, people that are, don't mind, hey, telling me like they feel, or telling me, you know, saying things to me, let's say it this way, let's saying things to me in a very unhealthy way, where things could be said in a much kinder way, or coming from a better place in your heart. Because I've always done that. I've always, before I say something to somebody, I've always considered, how's this going to make me feel if somebody was to say it to me like this? So, I try to be conscious in that, and conscious of other people's feelings, because I'd be devastated to know that I hurt somebody so badly. And I know I probably have, and people just haven't said anything, and I don't feel good about that either. Like it doesn't make me happy. It, you know, because to me, in my ideal world, we would all be getting along. We would all be happy and laughing and cutting up jokes. We all used to, everybody, we all got together, hanging out, just chilling. I've had some of the best times of my life. I tell you, I have. And, we're changed to shift that. And, and not only just personal changes that are negative, but like on the good side of things too. Children growing up and moving out, getting married, and all of this stuff. Going to college and moving on with their life as they should. And I can tell you that I'm very proud, very, very, very proud of my children for this. They have overcome, and they have succeeded. They have nothing to feel bad about. They should not feel failure in any kind of way, because they have exceeded any and everything I've ever asked of them. I didn't ask much. I really didn't, but they still, by their own choice, did things that well exceeded just my bare minimums, and I got so lucky, guys. I really did, because I have the most wonderful children. I really do. I know all mamas say that, and everybody's like, oh, you're just biased, those are your kids. But really, no, I do. I do. And my life wouldn't be the same without them. And they shaped me into the person that I am today, because I changed a long time ago. I had went from not being a mother to being a mother, a young mother, a teen mom at that, and learning how to navigate how, well, now your life is no longer your own. It belongs to somebody else. Well, I took that on head on. That's my thing. I'm a mother. The one thing that I've always wanted to be, no matter what. And I accomplished that. Now, to say, is that the only thing that I should have strived for, or should that have been my only ambition? No. I should have thought about my life a little more, and thought about ambitions and what I wanted to be, and make those things happen too, because you can. You can. My daughters have showed me. They're not mothers yet. I mean, I have puppies, but they're not mothers yet. They don't have, their children yet, which is fine, which is good. I want them to take their life at their own pace, and they're doing a wonderful job at that. Um, but, once they have their first child, they will know a lot of what I feel and when I felt it and why. And, a lot of things will come to light for them. And then, I think then a lot of communication will be opened up, and we will. I mean, not to say that we're not close, because we are. We're still close. It's a little strained at times, but it's close. We still love each other very much and talk to each other, whether it be, they feel that they need to express something that's hurtful, or I may consider hurtful. They have a right to do that, because that's their feelings. I never try to stop them from feeling any kind of way, or to say anything to me, because I want them to. Because how can you work on fixing something that you have no idea what's going on? You don't know what it's about. I've always taught them, come to me, tell me these things I want to know. Because, to be told, it's not, I guess, I don't know how to say this. It's not to be told, I guess, but it's to be taught, in a sense, to, keep things to yourself a little bit. And then you don't realize that by your actions and you doing that, you're teaching them the same thing. You're teaching them, you're not talking about that, because, not that they're going to be in trouble for it, not that they're going to have any repercussions in any kind of way. I've always just tried to be the best I can, but it doesn't help if they're not shown those communication skills. And just in the same as in relationships, if they're not shown how to love by a significant other, or how to be loved by a significant other, they're not going to know how to do that or accept it either. And I guess in a sense, that's another way that, and me, myself, I personally feel I failed them. But in this, I'm saying that we're just not perfect. We're not perfect people. And I never claimed to be. I never claimed to be that. It was never in my cards, I could tell you. And as far as I know, it's not anyone else's. I just, I just wanted to share these things, because these are things that's just been eating at me. And it's been a particularly rough, couple weeks, but really couple years. It's been particularly rough. And a lot of changes have been made, and, not all, well, I could pretty much say most of them bad. There's been a few good changes, but I'm trying to adjust, just like everyone else. I don't want to lose anybody else, to this not talking, avoidance, or I don't know what to say, so I'll say nothing at all. Or if I can't say what's on my mind, I'll say nothing at all. Which is a lot of the times where I'm at, because I feel like, I can't express that. I can't express what I feel inside, because somebody's going to come at me. I mean, it happens that way. Or I'll say it wrong and they take it wrong. Never my intentions. I guess I have bad communication skills myself, because a lot of times whether intentions or not, it comes across that way. And, I've heard a lot of people being the way that I am. Being the way that I am, a lot of people's hurt me. And that's just life. And that's the reality of it. And, not every day is rainbows and butterflies and, happy days, and where I wish that I could get back to, because like I said, I had so many. I don't regret. There's certainly a lot of regrets that I do have, but I don't regret any time that I spent with any of my family or any of my children and their friends, and all of us just hanging and chilling. My friends as well, and having a good time, because we used to do it a lot, and I miss that so much. Um, Now I'm just trying to navigate, new relationships and new friendships, and reconnections, and want to do it right. I want to do it right. I want to get this right with my children. I want to get things right with friends, with these new connections with people. Keep things right with my parents, my siblings. Because uh, life's too short, and uh, hurt is strong, and it's real, and it's deep, and it also depends, who it's coming from, and the manner in which it's delivered. Um, I'm always been a softer type of person to come across. I don't ever want to, like I said, hurt anybody intentionally. Like I said, I know I've done it, but I don't want to. Uh, but this video has been longer than I had expected it to be, and um, so I'm not going to take any more of your time, but I do appreciate you guys listening, as you always do, and um, your support. It means a lot. I This is an outlet for me mentally, and it helps me. It helps me cope. And like I said, at any given time, you can comment, "Hey, why don't you try this or try that?" I'm open for it. I am. Um, you know, be respectful to me. Don't be ugly. I'm not ugly to people. Don't be like that. Um, but I'm open for suggestions, and any kind of constructive criticism you may have. I can take that too. Um, but sometimes I just don't know what to do, and if you've been through this, and you weathered the storm, and this is how you got through it, and you're going to say, "Hey, look, this is where I was at, and this is how I got through it." And I would be open to your suggestions and your comments, and it would be so helpful to me. Um because like I said, at times I've been so lost here lately. I just don't know. And I'm trying to figure out the communication part, from mostly because apparently that's where I'm lacking the most, I suppose, other than the pleasing and trying to keep everybody happy, which I cannot do. I know that I cannot do that, and it's killing me trying. It is. I mean, there's this time I've lost it, and I can't. Like, I've taken on a lot, and I can't. So just, please, like I said, if you have any advice or anything, you can just, drop it in those chats, those comments. I don't mind at all. Um, but again, I do thank you guys, and I appreciate you listening, and I won't wait as long next time to jump back on here. But I was trying to catch up a little bit because a lot's happened within this last few weeks. Um, but thank you, and I will be speaking with you again soon. All right, until then, bye.